So how do I start this? It's gonna be tough. Ay caramba. So there is no better way than just to say it. So I did not retire last month. I sold my 64 Chevy Impala and I'm moving to upstate New York. Yeah, so I didn't retire as I was planning to about a month ago. Everything that could possibly go wrong did go wrong. I've been planning this retirement for about a year and a half, maybe two. And for those of you that work in government, if you look at the GRB system that tells you when you're supposed to retire and how much of a pension you're gonna get, had me retiring with a full pension as of 31 May. Unfortunately, when a human person goes in and does a manual review, then that's when they find discrepancies, and that's what they did find, a bunch of discrepancies during the month of May, early May, and they notified me via email. But at the time I was in Peru. I was in Peru for 3 weeks, as some of you know. And they were emailing to sending all those messages to my military email. So when I came back from Peru, just 4 days from retirement, I had to cancel it. Because it just so happens that, yes, I can retire now, but I am just shy of the 30 years for a full retirement. If I retire now, I will get a partial retirement. So it's not gonna work. So I had to cancel it just a couple of days before leaving. I mean, it's a good thing I came from Peru when I did, because had I stayed in Peru to the 30th or 31st of May, it would have been too late. Once you're retired, that's it, you're done. So I am grateful to my co-workers, to my supervisors and management at work. They understood, and I am still on the rolls, and eventually in the next couple of weeks I'll be moving to a new role. It'll be mostly teleworking. So yeah, in a way I'm happy. So now I will probably work another maybe 2 years for that full retirement, but I'm definitely not in the beaches of Puerto Rico. But one thing that I was planning on after retirement was to work on my vehicles, move to upstate New York, and I'll talk about that in a second here, and go on YouTube full time between my two channels, this channel and my wife's channel. But unfortunately, it's not gonna happen now. I'm still gonna continue making videos. Maybe right now, maybe not as much, because I do have a lot of things on my plate. So in the future, I'll be making more. A lot of people have asked me, well, actually like every other day, when am I going back to Puerto Rico? I don't have the answer yet, but I'm planning on something here in the future, but it's not going to be anytime soon. Obviously, I do have a lot of things, like I said, on my plate, and I have to straighten them out. And yeah, what can I say, right? The next thing is I sold my Impala, my 1964 Chevy Impala. because I am moving to upstate New York, and I just didn't want to carry or maintain two vehicles, the Impala and the truck. The 52 truck I am going to keep. That truck is in nice condition. It doesn't need any major renovations or major repairs. All I need to do is just fix the starter. Well, actually the starter's already fixed. I installed it today and fixed a little bit of wiring, put a new battery in there, and do a little bit of maintenance, and it'll be up and running in no time. But the Impala, it was going to be a lot of work. It needed total renovation, inside and out. It was going to take way too much time. And you know, my plans have changed over the years. So let me go back to many years ago, maybe 20 years ago. The plan was to restore that Impala after retirement. I was probably spend 2 or 3 years to get it up and running, fix it, and that was going to be kind of like my hobby. But now with YouTube and all the other things that I have going in life, I just don't see that happening. So since I'm going to move a distance from here, I decided just to sell it and sell it to someone that would restore it, put it back on the road, and I did. I found a great buyer. His name is Eric. He lives in Newark, Delaware, and that's where the car is now. And Eric plans to restore it with his sons, drive it to a parade sometime next year, and I think it's the car's going to be in a good home. It hurt a little bit when I saw it leave. You know, like I said, my plans had changed and I want to move on to different things. But Eric called me just a couple of days later, and he said that the car's already being repaired. They're working on the engine to get it up and running. Here in the next couple of seconds, I'm going to put a clip of the day that Eric and his friend came and picked it up. So today I sell the Impala. It's going to Delaware. So this is the last time I'll see it. And it's gonna get restored. Yeah, it's been with us for about 25 years now. However, I am keeping a truck. So you're probably wondering, why am I selling the Impala? The plan was to restore it once I retired. But unfortunately I'm moving to upstate New York, and I just can't carry two antique vehicles up there. All right, guys, so the car is gone. That car sat here for 24 years. It's I feel sad, a little bit sad seeing it go, but like I said earlier, I'm moving to upstate New York, and I already have the truck, as you already know, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to restore them both, but at least the truck doesn't need a whole lot of work, just a starter, which as you know, it's already been fixed, and I'm about to install it here in the next week or two, and hopefully it'll start. So yeah, memories. Yeah, the Impala, it's gonna be missed. All right, the next thing, I am moving to upstate New York, to a town called Galway, which is north of Schenectady and about a half hour, maybe 40 minutes west of Albany. Now that I've been planning for a long time. I've never mentioned it on this channel, but I've been planning that for maybe a year and a half or more, and the time has come. Yes, even though I'm still working, but most of my work will be telework, and I'll be working for the Navy here at the Philadelphia Navy Yard, but it'll be all mostly remote. Now the plan for the move, obviously, is because our daughter and grandchildren live up in upstate New York, and I promised my wife a couple of years ago that once I retired, we would move out there to be closer to family. Now I bought a nice house. I'm really excited about it. It has 6 acres. It's relatively big, and it has a lot more than I imagined. But that's going to be another story, and I'll record that once I move. And I'm supposed to move out of this house in 2 weeks, but the house up in New York, it's not going to be ready until, or closing's not going to be till like the 20th or so of August. Now Galway, it's a small town, and they do mostly farming up there. It's a very, very quiet farming community. It's only about 3,500 people, compared to Cherry Hill, 70 plus thousand people, and this is just one town in the suburbs of Philadelphia. There's like 5-6 million people that live in the area. But up in Galway, it's super quiet, lots of tractors, farms, animals, you name it, etc. And that is the one thing that I was looking forward to. I told my wife a couple of years ago, hey, if we move up to New York, I'd like to get a little bit of land and start a homestead. I like to do a little bit of growing some of the stuff that we're going to eat. So, I mean, it's kind of late now to start growing once we move up there, but at least I'll get ready over the next 6 or 7 months for the next growing season, which starts at around April or May up in New York. It's a little colder. It's like 4.5 hours north of here. So yeah, I'm gonna be snow shoveling quite a lot. And I'm also planning on getting a few animals like chickens, ducks, or geese, or you never know, maybe a couple of sheep, a couple of pigs or something. So that is in the works, and it's gonna take a long time, maybe 6 or 7 months. Obviously, I don't want to start buying animals until, I don't want to start buying animals till maybe March or April of next year. But before I do, I want to get ready with like the chicken coops, the chicken tractors, or any fences that I have to build to get ready for them. So that is going to be a whole bunch of videos in the future. Right now, as I said, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. There's a lot going on. Definitely gonna have some animals, and I look forward to starting a homestead up in Galway, New York. Yeah, what do you think? Do you think that's a good idea? I've been planning on it for a while, so I'm going to become a Jibarito probably up in New York. Not Puerto Rico, New York, upstate New York. So yeah, it's crazy. The whole thing is crazy. I'm packing. Oh, by the way, I am packing. I don't know if you noticed the boxes. So my wife has already started with the second floor and the dining room, the kitchen, the pantry. Now this week she's not here. She's already in upstate New York. Every summer she goes out there to watch over the kids. They're not in school right now, obviously. And I will go pick her up this weekend, and she's gonna come in like Monday of next week, and she's gonna help me pack. And I have pods. I have two 16-foot pods that they're gonna drop off in my driveway, and that's where we're gonna load everything into. And they're gonna take it away. It's gonna be up at the pods location up in upstate New York for about 4 weeks until we're ready to move to the other house. Oh, and by the way, this is Mendoza wine from Argentina. Really good stuff. And I need it right about now. All right, guys, so put your comments below. Tell me what you'd like to see in the future. And is it a good idea to move to upstate New York or not? But I have a feeling that yes, most of you would agree. But before I go, I want to teach you something. So, or I'm going to give you a tip. This is an avocado, okay? And most Spanish-speaking countries call it an aguacate. Aguacate. But in Peru, they call it a palta. Now, a lot of you know that my wife has a Spanish-speaking cooking channel. And she talks about the paltas a lot because she loves these things. And a lot of people are confused by the name. They don't know what a palta is. And they always correct her on her channel. But the reason why Peruvians, and only Peruvians, call it a palta is because that's what the Incas called it. Palta. Palta is a Quechua word. It's not a Spanish word. However, it's a loan word to Spanish in Peru. So, as you know, the Incas, they spoke Quechua. They didn't invent it. They adopted Quechua from the other groups that they conquered many centuries ago. So, yeah, it's just good to know. And if you happen to be subscribed to my wife's channel, now you know. Palta is a Quechua word. And for all of you, this is the first Quechua word that you know. You're welcome.